This is a HT stage 60. The customer, he said the amplifier was working fine, and he just was plugging some wires and completely turns off. Let's plug it just to see what it's doing. Plug it to the power. Like this amp is required to be plugged to the input to activate the amp. So I turn it on. The light here is off. Okay. One of the tubes you can see is glowing, and the other one is completely off, and you can see a white fog on the top of it. Yeah, the tube is completely off. This one is on. You can see the heating element inside it is getting warm, but this one is off. So definitely this tube is bad, and that's the first thing. I'm gonna replace that tube, and we'll see if the amp is gonna power on. I already received the replacement tube. Is a EL34. I can see how it is. Something inside it, a white stuff. And this is a replacement tube, is a EL34. Okay. Yeah, the tube is go one direction. You can see it on the bottom of the tube. So let's power it on. See if it's gonna turn on. Still nothing. Could be this light is bad. Yeah, I see the tube now is, you see this one is on. This one is on as well, both of them. Okay, I'm gonna connect the speakers and see if we can have any sound. Test. Yeah, there is no sound at all. So there is other lights in the amp. There is other lights in the amps here. Everything is off. There is no hiss, nothing. The amp is completely off. But the tube is on. Alright, let's turn it off. Gonna remove the tubes, and we check the voltage on the other side. Because if I flip it, the tube is higher than this transformer, and it will keep like wiggling the tubes, and I don't want to damage them, as the tubes is not cheap. These tubes is a $50 each, but definitely this tube is bad. These wires is coming from the big transformer. That's not a voltage dividing, but is an output speaker transformer. So we check the voltage in here to see how much we have. Yeah, we go on the AC when we are measuring the voltage right here. And there is a fuses right here. There is 2 fuses. These fuses, it should be good because we have the tubes is lighting up. I turn the switch on and let's see what we have right here. So we have 70 volt in the browns. The blue and blue is a 1 coil, and we have a divider here, the green one. So between the blue and the blue, we have 30 volt. Okay. And to the green, we have 15 volt. So that's a divider. Between the brown and the green is 33 volt. 4 volt. Alright, these regulators is getting warm, and we have some amplifier ICs and preamps, and we have a controller here. I'm gonna check if there is any voltage coming to this controller, because we need the VCC for this controller to work. So if this IC getting no power, and look like that's the main controller, it will not turn on the amplifier. So let's check another IC here, just to see if we have any power coming. So some parts here is very high voltage, so be careful to don't touch it. Some of them is 400 volt, 500 volt. Let's turn it off, and we check these fuses if they are good. So we need the VCC voltage. Maybe the VCC voltage is made by these two capacitor here is a 35 volt. This means the voltage that's coming here, it should be like around 30 volt. It will go to some regulators here, because I did see the chip over there is named like REG, is mean regulators. And we can even, I think we can check some input voltage there in these diodes. Nothing. Alright, let's check that fuses. I'll turn off the amp. The fuses are good. The fuses doesn't look sitting right. You can see this one. Someone checked this stuff before. This customer, he said just it doesn't want to turn on, and so the fuses are good. And we have a small rectifier bridge right here, and we have another rectifier bridge right here. It's look like that rectifier bridge is soldered from the bottom. Alright, let's turn it on. And look, like this rectifier bridge is feeding these capacitors. That's the rectifier. And the two middle pins is the input alternative. It came from the transformer. And the other two is the output. You're going to find the negative and positive side. It's going to go to these capacitors. Alright, let's see. So what we have in the output, 0.42. Here, 0.42. In the input, let's switch to the alternative. We have 30 volt input, we should have like a 35 or 36 output, but we don't have that. And that 30 something voltage will go to the regulator, and the regulators is gonna make it as a positive 5 volt, maybe negative 5 volt, 12 volt, negative 12 volt in the amplifier. Okay, so could be that's rectifier bridge is bad, or could be the output is shorted. Alright, let's unplug it. And we just go check the short. Alright, that's the negative. It doesn't connect to here. So we need to use that negative. Oh, there is no short. So why? Alright. I see a small traces over there. It's going to this capacitor. I'm gonna cut it. And we measure if we have the output over there. In case if there is anything wrong that's stopping the voltage from going through. So we cut that trace, and let's see if still there is any connection. No, there is no connection in the positive. Yeah, so we cut that trace that's going to the capacitor, so there is no connection. And let's plug it, and we check if we have the output. Alright, turns on. Let's see the output. 0. We still have no output. Alright. Yeah. So I'm gonna remove that rectifier bridge. I think I have to take out the board to remove it, and we check. There is no rectifier bridge. So what? Let me show you. You see over there is nothing. That's just 2 screws, that one's over there. That's not rectifier. Yeah, the rectifier bridge should be a big chip under it. There is nothing. And there is a pins for it. It's not like something that the company changed design. No, there is the pins. And the pins is sticking out. You see, this is a pin. It's sticking out. It's not like a flat solder. And that's why so basically the rectifier bridge should be soldered on the top of the board, from the bottom, not from the bottom. So someone was here and removed that rectifier bridge. But why? That's the question. Is the customer maybe took it to another repair shop? Could be. Customer doesn't tell you the whole story. And the radio was calling, asking about the price, how much you fix it. I said, I need to check. I'm still doing the check on this one. You can't price the work before you see the item is on. I'm clearing the hole over there. You see, here is a pin. That's from the old rectifier bridge.
I don't see why the reason is.
Alright, let's find the rectifier bridge that's gonna fit over there. Is a small, that rectifier bridge is a small. And we go from there. Alright, yeah, that's the smallest rectifier bridge I do have. And they still I had to bend the pins a little bit close to each other to make it fit. And it's soldered all the way to the bottom. Let's see if we have any solder bridge under the boat. No. Okay, that one it should be the it's a 2 ohm. So that's the coil inside the transformer. Okay, that's on the alternative side. Alright, let's plug it. And I'm going to turn it on. And we have the light. So why that rectifier bridge is remove it? There's not something like shake it and it's going to drop it. Alright, the device is on. All the tubes is working. We have the sound. The device is fixed. So this is all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you again.